Imagine being able to travel in a single breath from the fiery summits of Earth to its secret depths. Hold on tight as we embark on a journey through canyons that whisper, waterfalls that roar like ancient drums, and mountains that have been sculpted by fire. Flying over ice heights crowned by the tallest peaks, gliding through emerald rainforests teeming with invisible species, and taking in the exquisite dance of life everywhere on Earth. These vibrant landscapes, sculpted by wind, sea, and time, are brimming with curiosity rather than studio backdrops. Keep your senses sharp, because we're going to chase the raw poetry of nature in all its untamed glory. Mount Etna, towering 3,357 meters above Sicily's eastern shore, is Europe's most prolific volcano, its fiery heart beating for more than 500,000 years. Born from the complex junction of the African and Eurasian tectonic plates, Etna has erupted over 200 times since written records began with Diodorus Siculus in the 5th century BCE, and likely thousands more in prehistory. Its slopes bear the scars and gifts of this ceaseless activity. Fresh lava flows that once obliterated medieval hamlets now form the deep, nutrient-rich soils, supporting vineyards famed for their mineral-tinged wines. In April 2025, Etna roared back to life, opening new fissures along the northeast rift and casting glowing cascades of molten rock into the Valle del Bove. Today, the summit craters rest in a simmering calm, their rims painted ochre by sulfur-laden gases. Below, terraces of olive groves and chestnut forests cling to ancient lava terraces, where pioneering wildflowers burst through black basalt and resilient pines reforest fields once buried in ash. Communities around Etna, from the Baroque towns of the Alcantara Valley to the tourist hubs of Taormina, thrive on its paradox, a destructive force that nourishes the land. Park rangers enforce exclusion zones, while volcanologists maintain 24/7 surveillance through seismic arrays, satellite gas monitoring, and thermal cameras, relaying real-time alerts to civil protection teams. In a world of engineered certainty, Mount Etna remains a living testament to Earth's inner fire. Its unpredictable moods a reminder that our planet's power is as close as it is awe-inspiring. Fjaðrárgljúfur Canyon lies in southeast Iceland, just a few kilometers west of the village of Klaustur. Carved primarily during the last ice age, around 2 million years ago, by meltwaters from now retreated glaciers, this 2-kilometer-long gorge cuts up to 100 meters deep through ancient basalt and palagonite layers laid down by volcanic eruptions during the Pleistocene. Those eruptions, part of Iceland's fierce volcanic heritage, deposited the resistant rock that now forms the canyon's moss-clad walls. Over time, the Fjaðra River exploited weaknesses in the lava flows, its emerald waters sculpting the canyon's sinuous shape and undercutting ledges to create dramatic overhangs. In winter, frigid spray freezes into delicate ice curtains. Come summer, carpets of lupines, mosses, and alpine grasses erupt from every crevice, painting the cliffs in vibrant green and purple. In 2019, a simple wooden suspension bridge was added to connect the canyon rims, offering hikers a bird's-eye view of hidden waterfalls and emerald pools. Yet with increasing popularity, over 100,000 annual visitors, the fragile moss mats and narrow trails suffered wear. Today, park authorities limit access points, reroute paths to protect sensitive ground cover, and enforce seasonal closures after heavy rains to prevent erosion. Standing on the rim, you feel the slow pulse of geologic time and the urgent call to tread lightly. Fjaðrárgljúfur is both a living laboratory of Earth's forces and a fragile masterpiece of nature's patient artistry. Where rolling amber wheat fields give way to rugged basalt cliffs, Palouse Falls unleashes a 60-meter cascade into a horseshoe-shaped gorge carved by ancient floods. Each spring, snowmelt swells the Palouse River, hurling vast volumes over the brink and sending thunderous echoes bouncing off basalt walls. From high above, the falls appear in two distinct tiers, a broad upper plunge that throws water outward in a shimmering veil, and a narrower lower drop that crashes into the plunge pool with relentless force. In autumn, russet grain frames the misty curtain. In winter, delicate ice stalactites cling to the canyon rim, transforming the roar into a glistening sculpture. For centuries, the Coyote people and other indigenous tribes revered Palouse Falls as a sacred meeting place. Today, Washington State Parks preserves this legacy with sturdy viewing platforms set back from the edge and interpretive signs that honor native histories. Seen from above, Palouse Falls feels eternal, yet its ever-changing flow reminds us of rivers that shift course over time, climates that evolve, and the timeless interplay of water and stone. Perched on the edge of the North Atlantic, the Faroe Islands are a tapestry of steep, grass-topped cliffs plunging into icy fjords and windswept plateaus dotted with puffin colonies. Comprising 18 main isles, this archipelago lies halfway between Norway and Iceland, where relentless ocean gales sculpt dramatic sea stacks and hidden sea caves. Turf-roofed cottages cluster at the foot of verdant slopes, their walls tinted by seasonal blooms of thrift and harebell. In summer, the midnight sun bathes narrow waterways in golden light. In winter, mist and gale-force winds cloak the islands in atmospheric mystery. Despite their remote latitude, 62 degrees north, the Faroes host vibrant fishing villages and a lively cultural scene. Culinary pioneers transform local catches and mountain herbs into world-renowned cuisine. Here, isolation has become a strength. Ancient knitting traditions endure, bird-watching thrives, and the Faroes' spirit remains as indomitable as the North Atlantic itself. North of the Arctic Circle, Norway's Lofoten archipelago is an otherworldly realm of jagged peaks, sheltered bays, and red fishermen's rawbua perched over turquoise waters. Carved by successive ice ages, granite walls shoot straight from the sea, offering panoramic vistas of snow-topped summits and mirror-like fjords. In autumn, the northern lights dance across the polar sky. In spring, cod-fishing villages awaken under the swirl of eider ducks and sea eagles. The Gulf Stream's warm currents keep the climate surprisingly mild, allowing wildflowers to carpet hidden valleys and enabling kayakers to glide past dramatic sea cliffs year-round. Traditional fisheries still hang racks of stockfish to dry in the crisp breeze, preserving recipes passed down for generations. Lofoten's blend of raw wilderness and cultural heritage, museums housed in old boathouses, craft markets showcasing woolens dyed by lichens, makes it a living canvas of nature and history. Known as Norway in miniature, Senja is a microcosm of the country's finest landscapes, towering peaks, lush forests, and sheltered fishing hamlets. Situated just south of the Arctic Circle, Senja's western coast is sculpted by offshore reefs and wind-carved cliffs that plunge into emerald-green waters, creating dramatic vistas at every turn. Inland, birch woodlands give way to alpine heath dotted with wild berries and delicate orchids. The scenic national tourist route twists along fjords and across ridges, revealing hidden beaches and dramatic overlooks where orcas and humpback whales often surface in the deep channels below. In winter, Senja's snow-blanketed mountains and frozen lakes glisten under the northern lights. In summer, endless daylight invites hikers to summit peaks like Segla and Husfjella, where the world stretches away in boundless panoramas. Quaint fishing villages, characterized by red and yellow boathouses perched on stilts, preserve centuries-old traditions, while local artisans craft woolen garments and smoked fish that capture Senja's elemental spirit. In the blue-green waters of Monterey Bay, pods of orcas, amiable giants of the sea, navigate kelp forests and submarine canyons. Our drone hovers 30 meters above the surface, tracking a mother and her calf weaving gracefully through sunlit ripples. Orcas are apex predators, with each pod exhibiting its own dialect and cultural traditions, hunting strategies passed from generation to generation. Close passes reveal the calf's sleek silhouette mirrored against the deep, and breech-shot footage captures the first playful spy hops of juveniles. These waters teem with anchovies, squid, and migrating grey whales, creating a rich buffet that supports one of the healthiest orca populations on the west coast. Marine biologists tag along via boat and drone to monitor pod health, record vocalizations, and track movement patterns. Yet orcas face threats, ship strikes, chemical pollutants, and warming oceans that shift prey abundance. Monterey's protected marine sanctuary now stretches over 270 square kilometers, offering a refuge for these sentinels of the deep. From above, the pod's synchronous movement looks like choreography, proof of complex social bonds. In their world, family comes first, and each leap and lunge tells a story of survival and community. Perched atop the world at 8,848 meters, Mount Everest crowns the Himalayas as Earth's loftiest summit. Straddling the border of Nepal and Tibet, its snow-capped flanks pierce the thin air where oxygen falls to 1/3 of sea level density. Surveyed in the 1850s by the Great Trigonometrical Survey, Everest, known locally as Sagarmatha and Chomolungma, has beckoned explorers for over a century, with more than 10,000 successful ascents recorded since Hillary and Tenzing's historic first in 1953. Each spring, teams brave the Khumbu Icefall's shifting maze of seracs and crevasses, and higher still the notorious death zone, where human life hangs by a breath. Sherpa guides haul oxygen cylinders and set ropes through gale-lashed ridges, while fluttering prayer flags mark sacred waypoints. Yet climate change now thins Everest's icy armor. Retreating glaciers reveal unstable rock and reshape climbing routes each season. Everest stands as a testament to human ambition and respect for nature's grandeur. From its summit, the planet unfurls in boundless panorama, an awe-inspiring vista that reminds us how small we are and how mighty our spirit can become when we dare to reach the sky. Known locally as Mosi Oatunya, the smoke that thunders, Victoria Falls stretches 1.7 kilometers across and plunges 108 meters into a chasm carved by the mighty Zambezi. The river glimmers like scattered diamonds before it dives in a roar that echoes for miles. As mist soars hundreds of meters, morning and evening light weave vivid rainbows through the spray, turning the falls into living prisms of color. Panoramic sweeps unveil Devil's Cataract on one side and the slender knife-edge bridge linking Zambia and Zimbabwe on the other. In peak flood, some 500 million liters of water thunder over the edge every minute. In the dry season, the curtain narrows to a delicate whisper, a testament to nature's rhythmic pulse. Upstream, silent boats glide toward the brink at dawn, while helicopter tours carve arcs above the cascade. Local guides share tribal legends and recall David Livingstone's 1855 arrival, weaving history into every tale. Conservation here balances ancient mahogany and knobthorn forests with communities whose livelihoods depend on tourism. From above, Victoria Falls is a realm of mist and stone, a timeless performance where water's descent becomes the genesis of new life, and the world's heartbeat resonates in every drop. Our journey across volcanoes, canyons, waterfalls, jungles, and icy summits has shown one truth: Earth's wildest places are both fierce and fragile. From Etna's molten heart to Everest's icy crown, from the Amazon's leafy depths to the whale's ocean stage, every landscape tells a story of creation, resilience, and renewal. Through these, we glimpse perspectives once reserved for birds and legends. So, which of these incredible footage captured your heart? Would you like to dive deep into any of these exotic places? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.